Hello, everybody. All right, today we're going to go over some order of operation questions. And if you look here at the graphic that I have with the letters G, this one right here, GEMDAS, this is GEMDAS. And what this is the steps that we take in order to solve problems, these numerical expressions. And so if you look at this, each one, I like this image because it shows what each one stands for. So this one, the G, we could have parentheses, we could have these brackets, any kind of grouping. E stands for exponents, which we will not be using in fifth grade, but those will be coming up here soon. M stands for multiplication and division is D. A is addition, and then the S is subtraction. And the reason why these are written the way that they are is it tells you that the order that you do things in. So if you do not follow the order, you will get the problem wrong. So always the groups are first. Again, we're skipping over this because in fifth grade we're not going to have exponents. And then next would be either multiplication or division. And if you notice, this has an arrow right here and it's going from left to right. And this is because for multiplication and division, sometimes you might divide first and sometimes you might multiply first. It depends what's on the left hand side. So we'll look at some examples of that. And then same for addition and subtraction. We've got the arrow because again, sometimes we might subtract, sometimes we might add first. It just depends what's on the left-hand side. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first one, we have number 1 in parentheses is 9 plus 3. Close our parentheses and then divided by 2. So here right away I notice that I have groupings. I've got the 9 plus 3 because I have this in the parentheses. So I'm going to do this part first. So 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I'm just going to, so this is what I did. So once I go ahead and do that, I'm going to cross it out. And then everything that's left just slides down. So the divided by 2 I bring down, and then I can solve that. 2 goes into 12 6 times. So my answer would be 6. All right, make sure if you are watching this, you are following along on your whiteboard and pausing the video to see if our answers match. All right, number 2 is 6 minus 1 times 4. All right, so here my operations that I have are subtraction and multiplication. I don't have any groups. So if I come over here to my list, I see that multiplication comes before. So here's multiplication, here's subtraction. So multiplication, if this is first, and then so on, second, third, and fourth, in the order of the steps that I do, then I see that I need to multiply first. So I'm going to forget about the 6 and the minus, and I'm going to look right here, and I'm going to do 1 times 4, which is 4. So I'm going to write everything over again, 6 minus, and I'm solving this. I'm going to cross it out. 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. So number 2 would be 2. All right, number 3. Number 3 says, let me get my pen back. Number 3, we've got our parentheses again. 2 times 5, and then minus 4. So here, because I've got the group, I have to do that before anything else. So 2 times 5, I'm doing this part first. 2 times 5 is 10, minus 4 is 6. So as soon as you do this, cross it out, bring your answer down. That was my 10. And then just bring everything else down to the next line. So minus 4. All right, next. So that was 6 here. All right, again, as soon as I write the problem, go ahead and pause the video, try to solve it on your own. And then once you have your work, you can play the video and see if we did the steps in the same order and if we match. All right, I can't see. What is that? +4? Woo. All right, 36 minus 4 plus 8 parentheses and then divided by 4. All right, so here again, groups, always the groups first. So I'm working right here. So 8 plus 4, or 4 plus 8 would be 12. So I'm going to bring everything else down. 36 minus, instead of saying 4 plus 8, I'm going to go ahead and put the 12, cross that out, and then I still need the divided by 4. So if I look at the operations now, I've got subtraction and I've got division. And if I go here, the division comes before the subtraction. So I'm going to do this part first, and I'm going to bring everything else down. So I know 12 divided by 4. I know 4 goes into 12 3 times. And I'm going to cross that out, and I'm going to bring everything else down. 36 minus 3, which would give me 33. All right, let's erase this. All right, next one. I've got 50 minus 5 times, in parentheses, 27. And let's see, that's a divided by 3. Close the parentheses. All right, so again, you see the groups, you see those parentheses. That signals that you're going to do this first, so let's circle that. 3 can go into 27. If I'm counting, and this is all you're doing. You're seeing how many groups. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Once you get there, now you're just going to count. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is going to be in replace of this. So now that I solved everything in those parentheses and there's nothing attached, a number not attaching to it, I can go ahead and get rid of my parentheses. And then I'm going to bring everything else down. So 50 minus 5 times, ooh, that's ugly, times 9. All right, so now I've got subtraction and I've got multiplication. So multiplication comes before subtraction. So I'm going to look at this part here. 50 minus 9 times 5 is that you're just counting by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Subtract that and you get 5. All right, last one. We've got 15 plus 24 divided by parentheses 8 minus 2. All right. Okay. So, again, I've got my parentheses 8 minus 2. I'm going to do this up instead because I wrote too far down. So 8 minus 2 is 6. I'm going to bring everything. I'm going to push it. This time I'm going up. Doesn't matter. As long as I keep everything that I need to work on still together. All right, so now I've got addition and I've got division. Division comes first. 24 divided by 6. Again, I'm thinking how many times does 6 go into 24? So I can count. So that'd be 6, 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. And then 15, I'm going to cross that out because I used it. And then 15 plus. So this part that's left over just gets pushed up. And 15 plus 4 is 19. All right, so again, please remember your steps with the GEMDAS. You've got your groups, then your exponents, multiplication and division, and addition and subtraction. Again, these guys right here depend on whatever's on the left-hand side. So I don't think we've got an example of that. So let me make up one real fast. So let's say we had 5 times 2 divided by 2. So here I've got multiplication and division. In this instance, I'm going to do the multiplication first because see how these are side by side or on top of each other there? I'm going to do whatever's on the left first. So the multiplication sign is on the left, the division is on the right. So I've got to multiply first. So 5 times 2 is 10, divided by 2 would be 5. Then I could do it again, but this time, let's say 10 divided by 2 times 5. In this case, now the division is on the left, so I have to do the division first. So I know that I'm going to see how many times 2 goes into 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 5 times 5 is 25. So again, I divided first because the division was on the left-hand side. So whatever is on that left when you're doing addition, subtraction, or multiplication or division, if those are together, then whatever's on the left. All right, hope that helps. Thanks for practicing with me.